Hey, welcome back to the Happy Homestead. I'm Amanda, and today is part 3 of my loofah journey. So if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, I will link those videos down below, so make sure you check them out so this video makes a little more sense to you. But the gist of it is that in the summer of 2021, I had to think about what year we're in. In 2021, I grew loofah. Now, loofah is the L-U-F-F-A, not L-O-O-F-A-H, I think. That's the plastic, artificial ball with a rope loofah sponges that you can buy in almost every store across the country. I'm talking about natural loofah, the natural loofah sponge. As I did that, seeds just fell out. So I grew the natural loofah, and this was not my first time growing them, but it was my first time successfully growing them. And I think the success was because they got true full sun and they had a lot of room to spread, because they spread and vine like crazy. So make sure you put them in a place where they could do that. I did like a really high arched trellis is what I did with 4 plants. And I only did 4 plants, and I ended up with 45 loofah. And they look like really long zucchini or big squashes, right? Long squash. And you want to let them dry out. And when they let them dry out, they actually become like this sponge-like texture inside after the skin is peeled. So that's the gist of it. So I wanted to grow our own loofah because I make our own soap, and I wanted to put some loofah in the soap. And I actually use loofah in the shower as a sponge. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I grew 45 loofah sponges. This is what I ended up with. They're not even that pretty. No, this is no fault of the loofah. This is all me. But this is my first time doing this. So I did soak them in a bleach solution. Let me try and find, like this one. That one's not too pretty. This one is the prettiest one, and there's still some dark in it, and that's because there's still actually seeds in it. Like I can shake some seeds out. But this is probably the prettiest one. So the verdict, would I grow loofah again? Yes. I'm not going to grow them in 2022. I'm going to take a break because it did take a lot of room. And it was stressful just because I was trying to make this work. But what I will keep doing is buying loofah. So you can see the difference in the quality of the loofah, like really. So this was a really good experiment. Again, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. I'll try again next year. And I ended up with so few because a lot of them got moldy and rotted. And I don't know if that would have happened if I'd left them on the vine. I don't know. So I think that's what I would do differently next time, is I pulled these off of the vine before we got, I think, our first real frost. It was in either October or November, because I was worried that the frost and the condensation of the frost would ruin them and make them mold. But I think next time I would dry them out on the vine, no matter what time of the year it is, and just see how that works. Because a lot of them got moldy, even in the house drying out. So this beauty, this is from, there's no affiliation, I just really love the quality of their loofah, is Luffa Gardens, and they are from Reedley, California. And so the website is luffagardens.com, L-U-F-F-A gardens.com. Look how beautiful they are. First of all, look how big it is. So you can see this was a really big squash, and this is where the seeds go, right? So they get all the seeds out, and then they bleach it, and they make sure there's no bacteria. That's the purpose of the bleach, so don't freak out over that. It's so that there's no bacteria harboring in your sponge. And it's so beautiful. It's perfect. So I will continue to be a customer of Luffa Gardens while attempting to still grow some of our own at some point. So was it a fail? No. Was it a huge success? No. But I would try it again. So I'd love to hear your tips and trips if you grow loofah, and not only just grow it, but if you're able to dry it and harvest it and use it where it, it's actually viable, usable, and not looking like that. So I'd love to hear your tips and tricks. Thanks so much for joining me on this loofah journey. I'll keep you updated if I try and when I try again. Take care. Stay happy, stay healthy. See you next time.